What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the lab with another quest build. After cooking up a blueprint to the pass first 4, I wanted to get back into one of the rarest trees in all of NBA 2K23, the shoot first archetype. I have not seen this anywhere on YouTube, so this is going to be the first ever, so to speak, at the 4 position. It can shoot, finish, handle, and also play a nice lick of defense. It is very similar to my shoot first wing, but this is going to be a little bit different. It's very specific, but we're going to make this a little bit girthier and a little bit more meat and cheese on the bones. It has shades of Antoine Walker, Antawn Jamison, and Kevin Love. This is the first ever shoot first 4. Like I said, very similar to my first ever shoot first wing, but there's some specifications that you don't necessarily need to hit in order to get this name at the 4 or the 5. This will be a blueprint on how to get the name, so I will be going over some name threshes so you can follow along to a T and then tinker at your own discretion in your builder. I know some of you are not probably going to make this as girthy and will probably want to prioritize speed and acceleration a little bit more. But let's go through this, and so you can get one of the rarest names in all of 2K23. We're going to make this at power forward. We're going to be 6'8", 270 girthy pounds, with a 7'2" wingspan. That's very critical because you need that 3 ball to be an 88. And then your body shape, you can go built or burly. Let's go burly for this one because we usually go built to look menacing on the wood, but I actually want to counter that, catfish it. Now let's go burly to make the opponent think that we're not that great because we got a little meat on the bone. We don't take care of our bodies, but little do they know, we're actually an absolute killer. Like I said, follow along to a T. We'll go over some of these name threshes. Let's get our close shot to an 85. It's going to be a badge thresh. Let's get our driving layup to a 92. And then our driving dunk, we're going to get to a 79. And make sure you don't go too high or it'll up the standing dunk as well. That 79 is going to give us that silver limitless takeoff, and 78 is the badge thresh. So if you don't want the silver limitless takeoff, then you don't have to go up that high, but that's going to give us 17 finishing badges. You will also unlock that gold slithery finisher, so when you do mash, shuck, and jive on your way to the biscuit, that 92 driving layup's looking mighty fine, and that gold slithery with the Hall of Fame Giant Slayer, I mean, you're going to be able to finish amongst the trees. This is one of the rarest trees in all of the game. We are going to be punting, standing dunk, and post control, but you are a shoot first 4. You're not going to be doing a lot of your weaponizing inside the arc. But let's go to shooting. We're going to get our midi and our 3 ball to an 88. That is the name thresh. We are going to keep our free throw at a 63. If you are an exclusive rec player, you obviously want to allocate a little bit more to free throw so you're not a liability when you do start getting fouled. But we're going to have 27 shooting badges, all tier 1 Hall of Fame. You're going to be able to step out and hit basically from anywhere on the wood. If you are halfway decent at shooting on this game, this build will be an auto green, and you're going to be able to help out any team that you play with. And then playmaking, we're going to get our pass accuracy to a 78. You could maybe go higher than that, but I would probably advise not to get it around an 85 or an 86, or it might change the name. Not 100% sure, but it's really hard to get on a build like this because of so many attributes being allocated towards like ball handle. We're going to max that out to an 89. That is very crucial. If you go under 89, it'll change the name as well. And then speed with ball, I know some of you are probably going to max this out, but we're just going to get to a 62 in order to get that badge thresh to an 18. If you do go higher, you can, ink out, I believe, 20 plus badges for playmaking. But we do have plenty of pass accuracy, nice speed passing around the horn, and 89 ball handles up there with the best of them, with that Hall of Fame quick first step, which is going to be real hot on this build. We're not punting speed with ball, but it's just not necessarily a priority. We're not going to be going left, right, trying to create all of our own shots. This is going to be a great complementary piece. For those of you who are definitely going to get more your speed with ball higher, that's fine. Allocate more towards playmaking badges. Totally get it. It's your build, you can do whatever you want, but you also can get more badges if you do put more on speed with ball. But defensively, this thing is no slouch. We are getting our interior defense to a 71. So you are a 4, you might get matched up against some big dogs from time to time. Don't want to be an absolute water chestnut. Then we're going to get our perimeter D to an 81. That's going to be able to hold up nicely on the perimeter if you're playing switching in pick and roll situations, if you're playing the top of a 3-2 zone or in the corners of a 2-3 to get back to the corner and close out. And you're going to be able to play nice perimeter defense also at the city, theater, park. And then we're going to get our steelies to a 74. We're going to be punting block on this build. It is not a priority defensively. We're not going to be even trying to go down and chase down and help side off of cutters. We're going to stay homegrown and glued to the shooters on the outside. And you're not going to be blocking everything at 6'8". If you do get matched up on a big dog who starts to bully you, our interior defense is okay, but you're not going to block them anyways. So blocking is going to be a specialized thing, not for the specifics of this build. But we are going to get our defensive rebounds to an 82. You're going to be able to help out on that defensive glass, and then we're going to get our offensive rebounds to a 59. There's definitely some leeway here on your build. You can completely punt offensive rebounds, drop your defense rebound to like a 74 badge thresh, and then allocate more towards speed with ball, speed, acceleration, vertical strength, whatever you want to do on the defensive side of the ball would be probably the best places to take to allocate elsewhere attribute wise. But that's going to give you 18 defensive badges as well. You're basically a two-way shoot first 4. Obviously the name's not in the game. It's going to change it if you go up too high on certain categories, but 18 defensive badges on an absolute offensive minded build is really nice. You're going to get perimeter defensive take on this build as well. So again, not a liability, and you can do everything defensively that you need to do to be able to help your team win. Physicals, we're going to get our speed to a 73. I know a lot of you are going to want to go higher than that, to an 80. We're going to max out our acceleration. We're going to get our strength to a 46. Sometimes you allocate certain things. The interior D to a 71. It's going to get our strength to a 46. We're going to get our vertical to a 65, and then the rest on stamina to an 87. You can even throw a little bit more like here at free throw to get to a 68. There's some extra attributes to allocate depending on what you want to do play style wise. You want to maximize speed, you want to maximize strength, it's your build, you can do whatever you want. But given this a once over to get the name, you're going to want that close shot to an 85, you want that driving layup around a 90, get that midi and 3 ball to an 88, ball handle has to be an 89. That's basically it. It's very difficult to make this super well rounded because the allocation needed in the high 80s and low 90s of certain specs on this build. But you're an offensive minded chess piece that can play sufficient defense and can make plays for your squad. I really like this build as maybe a primary scoring off-ball piece for any rec squad looking to play comp, a la Antawn Jamison or Antoine Walker. Going to takeover, you get shot creator, shooting, playmaking, and perimeter defense. I'm going to go enhanced jump shot contest and then extreme clamps, because you can already do everything offensively, and then when these people lining up across from you see that, oh, he's a shoot first 4, all he does is shoot, he's a stretch. But no, you're a defensive minded shoot first 4. Ew! Again, I made this one rather girthy at 270 behemoth pounds. I know a lot of you guys are not going to make it this heavy. You're going to prioritize speed and acceleration. Just make sure get that jumper and the driving layup in the high 88 pluses and get that ball handle to an 89, and you can make this build to your own liking. What do you guys think of this one? Do you like it at the 4, or do you like that shoot first wing version better? Is it too much of a liability, too much undersized? Or on the flip side, would it be an absolute nightmare for opposing defenses? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. You know what time it is. Quest Sparrow bringing that heat this year.